I just realized my mic was muted. Alright, so we are going to reset things here. Alright, let's go back. Whoopsie, you know, that accidents happen, so we'll fix that mic issue. But you can see on the models, this system starting to move through. It's going to move through the Appalachian area, but on the northern edge, we're going to get that moisture kind of dumping over the upper portions of the low pressure. So we've got that snowfall that is going to be developing on the northern edge of that low pressure, and it is going to welcome snow into Indiana as early as 2 a.m. in some spots. The dendritic growth zone is there, and you can see the temperatures and the dew points are right next to each other. So what you can see here is you can see dew points next to temperatures close together, which means that condensation is likely to occur, and it is going to cause precipitation to fall. And because the temperatures are below freezing, it is going to be falling as snow. So you can see it really spreads out across much of Indiana and even Michigan at this moment. This is at around 10 a.m., so around the morning hours according to the HRRR. That's what that's currently showing, and it's going to kind of stay spread over the area. Now, an interesting thing about this particular storm is that the lake effect snow is going to be on the western side of the Great Lakes. So that means areas in Wisconsin are likely going to see more snow than areas in farther on the eastern side. So there's likely going to be less snow accumulation on this part from this particular system itself. Okay, so you also see some lake effect snow bands starting to kind of formulate on the western side of Lake Huron. It is likely that we'll see the heavier snow totals in these areas as the system moves through. Okay, but as the system moves through, we will see a change. We will see a change in the snowfall direction. Okay, the lake effect snowfall direction, because the winds are going to start to come out of the west again. So this system moves through. The snow kind of stays settled over the area overnight on Tuesday, and it even shows potential for some freeze. And you can see that the dendritic growth zone, again, dew point is meeting up with the temperature. Gonna keep things pretty not necessarily soggy, but pretty snowy with that particular setup. I accidentally minimized that again. But progressing it forward, you can see the snow finally moves out, and then we're going to see a shift of winds. Okay, so you see the winds starting to shift from north to south, and you can kind of see in the northwestern portions of Indiana, we are starting to get that snow starting to develop. So you guys have already seen a lot of snow in the northern Indiana area. Some places over 5 inches of snow, as a matter of fact. There's going to be more, and it looks like there could be quite a bit more. So that snow is going to begin to move out. This is as far as the HRRR model goes, but at its farthest out value, which would be Wednesday at about 1 p.m. Wednesday at about 1 p.m. Let's get a snow total on that. So the snow totals for by 1 p.m. on Wednesday. So here's what the HRRR actually projects the snow totals to be. It's saying total snowfall, it could be around 6 inches, but again, that's snowfall. That's not necessarily accumulation, okay? Accumulation will come into play a bit more with the ground temperatures, because the ground temperatures will likely be different. But look on the other side of the lake, the amount of snowfall that is projected by the HRRR model, even upwards of up to 10 inches in Chicago, the Chicago metro area. So quite a bit of heavy snow potentially in that particular region, much more than we'd expect more on this side of the lake, but given those eastern winds that will be moving through and the temperature difference, you could see a change in the direction of the lake effect snow associated with this. Similarly, on the eastern side of Michigan, you do see that snow accumulation of up to around, maybe even around a foot potentially. So that's going to be kind of a significant change with regards to that. All right, let's compare it to the NEM3K. So progressing it, you can see kind of a similar scenario, but it does project the snow will be a little bit heavier on the heavier side. But again, similar scenario, you get a sounding from this general area, and you've got similar temperatures, similar dew points, enough capabilities for snow to occur, and you have those winds coming out of the east, which again is going to fuel lake effect snow up in those areas of the atmosphere. So then once again, the NAM3K shows a bit more of an intense lake effect snowband, but yet still a lake effect snowband forming, and again with that potential for even some freezing drizzle at some cases as well. So that's kind of what's going on. The NAM3K, I'm not sure how much they project in terms of snow, but this is by Thursday at 1 a.m. So a bit of a different time distance represented here. It's actually forecasting less snow. Okay, so less snow even in Chicago area. It's forecasting a nice thick band of snow to develop in northwestern Indiana, kind of where near Gary is at, Gary, Indiana. And then you have the state of Michigan here that also has lighter snow totals, even snow totals around just an inch in St. Joe County as an example. Looks like not really going to be much snow south of Indianapolis, but the entire state of Ohio might get a taste of some snow connected with this particular weather event. So that is kind of what we're watching. And looking long range, we see a potential for a warm-up early next week. Let's go back to the ECMWF model. What do they say? We're going to go to the forecast loop real quick. So precipitation type, following a similar pattern, you see that lake effect, or you see that snow scenario developed and the lake effect on the back side kind of forming over the Michigan, or the state of Michigan, and it's actually forecasting a more intense band of lake effect snow on Friday, according to what the weather models are saying right now. So bringing it forward, looks like there could be some rain potential as another different type of storm system moves in by Thanksgiving. So let's stop it at the end of the snow event. What does the ECMWF model project for lake effect snow potential? Let's get a total snowfall amount here. It's forecasting less snow on the eastern side of the lake, or the western side of the lake, and then more snow on the eastern side, even upwards of 9 inches of snowfall, not snow accumulation, across parts of that. That one doesn't seem very legit, but again, needless to say, from comparison of all three of these models, you can probably tell that there's going to be some snow occurring over the next few days. Okay, so that's just something to be aware of. Tomorrow it's probably going to be maybe some minor slick roads, especially on the bridges. The bridges will probably be kind of slick, but I don't think the impacts from this will be very significant unless you're in a lake effect snow band, particularly in Benton Harbor. The Cass and Berrien counties looks like they could get some pretty decent snowfall. So that's something to be watching for, but we will be keeping you updated. I may actually travel around on some of the roads during the snow event just to get some perspective on how much snow is actually falling and how intense it actually is. I don't have snow tires, so I'm going to have to be extra careful, but I do think it could be an opportunity to see what this little snow event tomorrow is going to do. So stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe to any platform that you're on watching, and appreciate your support by checking out this content every once in a while. So